Okay, so before I get started with tonight's video, I just want to say a quick thank you to all of my recent subscribers, all of my subscribers that have been with me since day one, and anyone who takes the time to view my videos. Y'all, I saw this last week or a few days ago, and I screenshot it because of the 888 shares. When I tell y'all, I have been seeing 888 everywhere. And actually, I was guided to do something new. I have a standard routine of how I clean myself and how I properly get myself together before I do these videos. I want to make sure that I am clean, you know, teeth brushed, hair taken care of. Actually, I wrap my hair up, but I still make sure that it's clean, wrapped up, and all of that before I get started with my videos, because when I sit down and I do my downloads, a lot of these 90% of my videos are dreams. The other few are downloads. I'm not as gifted with tarot as a lot of my other fellow intuitives. I can do tarot, but I really have to study the cards and the meanings, or I like the ones that have very heavy pictures, like detailed depictions, because then it helps me bring the message. I'm more of an intuitive. I'm more of dreams and getting downloads straight from spirit. So before I do these, a lot of the times I've already had the dreams, I've already gotten the downloads, but even as I'm doing the videos, more will come. So I want to make sure that I'm absolutely as clean as possible, so that I make sure I'm connecting with beings of the highest light, right, and not anything, you know, low vibrational. So I was guided to do something different with my cleaning routine. So let's see how, I'm going to see how this video does in comparison to others. But before I get started, y'all, I had to screenshot that, and I was like, let me go ahead and share this with this unique video. This video is going to be a first, but I'll get into that in a second. I have been seeing 888 everywhere, y'all. I've been seeing it everywhere. I have seen it on multiple license, but y'all, I had one car that parked next to me in the parking lot. I went to the grocery store, and when I came back, the car that parked next to me, and I'm sitting here, y'all, are y'all like that? Like, if you go to the gym and there's like a row of treadmills or a row of ellipticals, and someone will grab the one right next to you, and you're like, why? Or if you go, and I'm the type of person where people hate, like family members hate riding with me when I go somewhere, because I park all the way in the back of the parking lot, and they're like, why? People are like, drop me off at the door, and then you park back there and you walk, because I'm not doing it. So I always park off somewhere in the distance in the corner. So when I came out and I'm like, why are you next to me? We had this, y'all, I'm one of those people that I go to the grocery store as soon as they open. If they open at 6, I'm out there at 5:55 waiting for the doors to open. Not standing outside, because that's dangerous, but I'm in my car at 5:55 waiting for the doors to open, right? That's just me. So I'm like, okay, we got this whole parking lot. There's nobody here. Why would you? And it might be a safety thing. Maybe they felt a little bit safer parking next to the only other idiot who's here this early in the morning where it's still dark outside. But I noticed that the car next to me had 888. A car cut me off while going to work the other day, and while I was sitting here like, why? Like, I don't understand why. You could have easily just have gotten behind me. It didn't really matter, because when I looked at their license plate, it was 8889, right? So yes, like 88, I've been seeing 8. As a matter of fact, I went to, this might be a little bit TMI for my male subscribers or like my male listeners, but y'all know women, when we're around other women for an extended period of time, we tend to sync up, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to go into too much details, because I don't want to alienate listeners of opposite gender. But whenever we get on that you know, particular time of the month, we tend to crave, like some people crave salty foods, some people crave carbs, like heavy foods like pastas. Some of us crave sweets. I'm a sweets person. So me and my coworker, because we have synced, we were craving something sweet. So I was like, I'll go to Wendy's and get us 2 chocolate frosties. I got us 2 chocolate frosties, and first of all, I don't know why they're this much. Can we talk about that? Not right now. I got us 2 chocolate frosties, and the total ended up being 888. So y'all, I've been seeing that. And this is like a personal, and especially seeing this on my YouTube of all things, this is like a personal triumph for me, because when I first started my channel, when I tell y'all, I was blocking myself. I was blocking myself, even though I was already told, I had gotten downloads that this is what I was supposed to do, because I'm supposed to be a spiritual teacher, a spiritual mentor, right? I had already been getting those downloads, but I kept putting it off. Then when I was getting spiritual readings, for other people were telling me the same thing, and this was like more than one reader that was telling me this, I was like, okay, let me do it. So I started my channel, but I was like hiding, and like secretly I was putting videos out, but secretly I was hoping that like nobody found them, right? And then like me, because I'm so hard-headed, I am super hard-headed, I have to learn lessons the hard way. So spirit can sometimes be a little harsh with me, but like in a funny way. Like my spirit guides, my ancestors are super fun. I mean, they're serious when they're talking to me, but they do it in a humorous manner, because that's just me, right? And like I said, eventually I get to the point where my personality will start to shine more. And I'm hoping like I can start doing that soon, right? Where you guys can get a real glimpse of me outside of like the messages and the downloads. But anyways, a lot of the messages I get are harsh, because I'm getting that like a lot of the people that I'm getting downloads for are probably similar to me, we're a little bit hard-headed, right? And we're wondering why all these things are happening to us, why we keep going through the same things over and over again, why we keep revisiting the same lessons, because we're too hard-headed to learn. Plain and simple, right? So spirit is like, I'm gonna keep giving it to you, and the lessons are gonna get worse until you learn it. This spirit is like, it's not my fault. I mean, blame yourself. Like, I don't know why, as soon as I hear that, I'm hearing the Michael Jackson song Man in the Mirror. Like, go ahead and put that song on and talk to yourself in the mirror, because you are the reason you are going through all these harsh lessons. And if you would just learn them, what's on the other side is super beautiful, right? But like recently, I've actually been like, you know what, when I first started my channel, I wanted to be low key. I wanted to be low key, right? But then when I started like seeing like the positive feedback that I was getting, and when I started feeling like, I was like, man, people are gonna be like, just because like y'all, I've talked about this in the journey of a wounded healer story. I have Chiron in terms of Chiron being the wounded healer and the specific aspects that it shows up in the natal chart. I have Chiron in every single aspect of the wounded healer except for my moon sign. When I tell y'all, my moon sign is literally the sign where I have the most favor. Right? I have good luck and favor in my moon sign, which makes sense to me because even as a child, I was drawn to the moon. I was one of those kids where I was a little bit naive, a little bit dumb. Anyways, where every time I saw a full moon, I felt like the moon was following me. And as an adult, I realized that that wasn't naivety. That was real. I have strong ties to the moon. Very, 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 very strong ties to the moon, right? Even all three of my placements, my sun, my moon, and my rising, all have strong ties to the moon, right? I'm a moon child. I am a moon child. I love the moon. I do moon magic. You know, sun gazing and all that is absolutely fantastic. They say that gazing at the full moon would make you crazy. For some of us, I feel like we're already past that anyways, right? Because you got to be a little bit crazy. You got to be a little bit out there to even be into this kind of stuff to begin with. So I'm more of a moon gazer, although I would heavily suggest that if you do that, you heavily protect yourselves. Crystals are good things. Surround yourself with crystals. But I would not suggest moon gazing unless you know what you're doing. Just quick FYI, right? But anyways, my moon sign is like my favorable sign. So definitely a moon magic, full moon, new moon, waning moon, waxing moon, for, you know, bringing stuff in, letting stuff go, all of that, right? But anyways, I've been having this talk with Spirit and with seeing all these 888, and I'm like, you know what? I changed my mind. When I first started, I was like, I didn't want my channel to get too big. I didn't really want to be seen. This was like a hobby for me. This was an outlet for me. For someone, like I said, who grew up, who my journey with as the wounded healer starting at childhood, where I was stifled, I was belittled, I was put down as a child. This is like something that like my entire identity was warped from a very, very, very early age. So it took a lot for me to grow and kind of like put myself out there. Like doing this was a part of that putting myself out there, which was extremely scary for me. And now that I've done that, and as I continue to grow, because this is a growth process continuously, right? As I continue to grow, I told Spirit, you know what? I would like my channel to grow. I would like my channel to grow. At first, this was just a hobby. Now I'm actually saying out loud to Spirit. So I'm putting this out there in my video. I'm saying out loud for Spirit to hear. I've already had this conversation with Spirit. I want my channel to grow to the point where I can get monetized, right? I saw this video, crap, y'all, what was it? Mother of Mysteries, I think. Y'all, if I find it, I'll share it. If I find it, I'll share it. You can go look at it at my community board, where I ran across this video back in July, right? Back in July. And this is when like all these things started changing for me. And she said specifically there were 10 things that were going to come in. One was like new adventure. One was love. One was free knowledge. When I tell y'all, I found this free program where I've been learning a skill for something that I've always wanted to do, which is another project that I'm working on. She talked about, y'all know what's funny? She talked about a divine partnership coming in. I saw that video back in July, and 3 days later, someone new came into my life. And because I was still healing from past wounds, I ended up passing that person by just for Spirit to be like, you dummy, that was the one. That was the one that we told you was coming. The one that we told you was coming once you got rid of this past person and reopened yourself up. Ta-da! and you ruined it. So Spirit is like, if you want that back, there's still a chance, but you better get on it, right? So Divine Feminine, if you're in a similar situation, one of these two readings, both of these readings, or both readings are about, I'm hearing like, get up on it, but there are two different scenarios, right? But also like that, and then I was told that my spiritual gifts would be compensated. So like seeing all these new subscribers, seeing these views come in, seeing this 888 is all confirmation that all of this is coming true. Excuse me, y'all. I'm excited, and so I'm like, y'all, this is new for me, right? So shout out to Mother of Mysteries if that is right. Like I said, I'm gonna post the video. I'm gonna share it in my community tab. Now let me go ahead and get started on this topic. Okay, so shout out, like I said, to all my new subscribers, all the people who have been rocking with me since day one, and to all the people that listen. Whether you subscribe or not, the views alone, they help boost the channel. So I appreciate that, right? And Spirit guided me tonight to do a different routine with my cleaning because of all of this new energy that's coming in. And when I tell y'all, Divine Feminines, you guys have some beautiful energy. Not to say that Divine Masculines don't, right? A lot of the energy I've been getting for Divine Masculines is, I'm hearing T.I., get you together, right? But you know, not everyone is in that energy. Thankfully, the Divine Masculine in this video is not in that energy. Thank you, right? Divine Feminine, some beautiful energy. Y'all, I had a first. I love making videos when I have a first with my downloads and my spiritual experiences, right? So y'all, I've never had this happen before. Either you watch my videos or you're gonna come across this video, or you're a subscriber, or one of you is a subscriber, I don't know. there are two different divine feminines, right? There is one divine masculine. There's one divine masculine. And this was the strangest thing, because this one divine masculine showed up in two separate dreams that I had, like days apart, right? With two different divine feminines, but both of them were in work situations, right? So you either are going to be, I don't know why, y'all. I don't know why, but I'm kind of hoping, I don't want to say that. There's one divine feminine that I am rooting for, but both divine feminines had beautiful energy. But I don't want to pick sides. There are two divine feminines in this, and it doesn't matter which one you are. Actually, it does. For one of them, the need to hurry up is a little bit more emphasized than the other. But for both of you, know that there's competition. This is a divine masculine. There's competition. So let's go ahead and get started, right? I'm going to go ahead and break these up. So if the recordings sound a little bit different from time to time, it's because I'm starting and stopping them to break them up so that I can change the pictures in the background so that I can give timestamps, because this is going to be a longer video. One of my favorite YouTubers, Divine Virgo Goddess, said that she likes the longer videos, which those don't typically, for me, get as many views. So I try to keep them short. I was at first going to make this two separate videos, a part 1 and a part 2, but I'm actually going to lump this all in one. And I don't know why, y'all, but I'm super excited to get into this, right? Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and stop this right here, and we're going to get started in part 1. Okay, y'all, typically I don't give specific details if I cannot remember them when it comes to names and stuff. Or typically I don't give specific details even if I can remember the names, because I don't want anyone to feel alienated, like, oh, this story doesn't pertain to me because it's similar, but that's not my guy's name, right? Even though most of the time the issue is people are forcing the story to fit when it's not them. I feel like sometimes people are not connecting because the details may be too specific, but I'm gonna give the name in this one because I have this strong feeling, and I cannot explain it. I have this strong feeling that both divine feminines are gonna be tapped into this video, right? Anyways, the first one, part 1, or storyline 1, I'll say, is called Awkward. So in this video, it is a divine, first of all, let me say this. I'm sorry, y'all. I promise y'all I'm gonna get into it. I'm long-winded, which is why I try to keep my videos short, because a lot of people don't like all the excess talking, even though, like, this is what this is, right? Anyways, if you work late night, like I work overnight as a hospital. I'm not a fucking hospital. I'm sorry, excuse my language. I'm a person. I work late night at a hospital. I don't know why I said as a hospital, as if I can be a structure. Anyways, I work late night at a hospital. And what I like is that at night, when you work the overnight shift, we can park in the patient parking spaces, which are like the ones that are up close, that are directly in front of the building. Overnight staff, we can work at those, we can park in those spots, but our cars have to be moved by 7 a.m., which is fine because that's what time, well, I get off at 7:30, but like they don't really trip too much about those extra 30 minutes. But like at 7 a.m., you're supposed to really move your car to a different spot, right? A lot of people, what they do is they just don't hang their car tags there so that people think they're patients. You know, I'm not telling you to do that, but you know, to each his own. I do that. Anyways, yeah. But like there are some facilities that I've worked at in the past where they have specific employee parking, and it does not matter what shift you work, you have to park in employee parking, and all the spaces closer are for patients. I don't like that, because if you work overnight, that can be dangerous. So start, you and your coworkers need to start having a set time. Like if you work sometimes it's different. Like I know, especially when you work healthcare, which is 24 hours, I know some people work 12-hour night shifts, some people work 10 hours, some people work just a regular 8 hours. Which sucks. If you do nights, 4 10s or 3 12s are so much better than 5 8s. 5 8s destroy your sleep cycles. Night shift destroys your sleep cycle anyways, but 5 8s is the worst. And just so you know, my sleep cycle is completely gone. It is literally 3:30 in the morning right now that I'm doing this, right? But anyways, the message, like a quick safety tip, you and your coworkers need to start showing up together and waiting for each other, right? Waiting for each other. So if someone likes to get there early, that's fine. If someone likes to get there late, I suggest you get there on time. But you guys need to start meeting up 5-10 minutes. I don't know however long it takes you to walk to the door. You guys need to start meeting up in the parking lots and walking together, because especially as we get closer to the holiday season, it's a lot of nuts out here. It's a lot of nuts out here, no matter what time of year it is. But we all know it gets worse during the holidays. So always, first and foremost, be safe. Now back to the story. This is a divine feminine that works late night at a hospital, right? There is a coworker, and I was specifically given the name Ben. A coworker, Ben. As you know, Benjamin, you know, Benji. I'm getting like, this could be any race across any culture. Maybe his name is Benji. They call him Ben. Maybe his name is Benjamin. He goes by Ben. I don't know. But I heard Ben, right? I don't know why I got in the South, because I'm reading my notes for this one. I have the notes for this one because this dream I had a few days ago. The other dream I had yesterday, and unfortunately I didn't take notes to put it in my dream journal, but it's fresh enough that I can remember, right? I don't know why I have in the South in my notes. I do not remember what that was about. Anyways, this divine feminine, has the biggest crush on this coworker. And the crazy thing about it is, as this divine feminine, y'all are gonna tell which one that I'm rooting for because of what I already described, right? But this divine feminine, this masculine approached this divine feminine And because of either doubts or insecurities, or maybe just not being ready, maybe you're still going through your healing, and at that time you weren't ready, she gave like a soft no, not like a hard no, like it's never gonna happen. I don't know why I keep hearing, no, you're never gonna get it. But it was like a soft no, or like a maybe later, or to, now's not a good time for me type thing, right? But as she started thinking about it more, and as she started witnessing him around the workplace, her interest grew, right? It grew. So this is the thing. So Miss Divine Feminine got cute one day to come to work. So as you know, depending upon the department you work in, a lot of times people that work night shift are not in their standard uniform. Like, we're supposed to wear scrubs in the department that I work in. I can't tell you how many times people have come in jeans and a sweatshirt, and they will hightail. Luckily, like main staff, like what do you call it, like the supervisors and the managers and the directors and all that, they don't come strolling in until about 8, sometimes 8:30, some of them 9, some of them are like the traditional 9 to 5. So a lot of times we can sneak out long before they get there. So because of that, people have come in like I said, jeans, sweatshirts, sneakers, all kind of stuff, just sweat. I've seen a coworker come in a sweatshirt and sweatpants, looking like she's getting ready to either hit the gym or hit the sheets coming into work. I've had coworkers roll out of bed. I've had coworkers roll out of bed and trying to get to work on time will come in a white tee and some pajama pants. Like, people are wild, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely like, hey, you doing the work. To me, I could care less what you have on. Just make sure you have on closed-toe shoes for safety. Other than that, I won't be the one to rat you out. I guarantee you that, right? So this Divine Feminine, taking advantage of working the night shift, decided to get cute, right? She decided to get cute and put on this. It was like one of those things where she was like, she doesn't want to be super obvious, but she wants to be cute. So it's like one of those, do people still call them velour, or do they call them tracksuits now? I don't know. But back in the day, they used to call them like velour suits, where you have like the pants and like the matching jacket, and it has like that smooth kind of material. She wore one of those, and it was like super fitted, and this Divine Feminine had been working out, was looking real nice in her outfit, right? And she was just hoping to like walk by Ben, right? She was hoping that Ben, she had her hair all tied up nice and cute, and like a updo, really, had on the earrings, hoops. This might be you. If Ben is not the name of the person you like, but if the person you like you work with, and if you like hoop earrings, then this also is for you. She was wearing her hoops, really cute. She got in, clocked in, and then realized, crap, she had on sandals. She had put her tennis shoes in a bag and was planning on carrying them in so she could change them when she got to her apartment, and then realized she forgot her bag. Now, this was like the strange detail. On the way to work, this Divine Feminine was riding a bike. She was riding a bike, and she had her book bag on her back, and she was riding a bike, and there were all these snakes in the parking lot, right? This Divine Feminine was terrified of snakes. Once again, another way that me and this Divine Feminine relate. Even though snakes are one of my spiritual animals, I dream of them all the time. It's one of the fears I'm still learning to conquer, is snakes. Even though I am heavily protected by snakes, right? As is this Divine Feminine. So this Divine Feminine is going to work. There are these snakes in the parking lot, and she is terrified, right? She is. I don't know why I put in the South, because as I'm talking now, I'm hearing Midwest, specifically Colorado, but I'm hearing Midwest if you live in the Midwest, right? But anyways, this Divine Feminine is terrified of snakes. So she's literally, and I don't mean to laugh, y'all. I don't mean to laugh at anyone's like fear, right? Anyone's phobia, but she's riding through the parking lot, and these snakes are coming to her only because they sense her energy. They know she's a divine being, and they are actually there to protect her, but she doesn't know this, right? So they're coming to her, and she's paddling faster. She is running over these snakes, and as she's doing it, she's like screaming, running over snakes in the parking lot. Y'all, like I said, I don't mean to laugh at anyone's phobia, but even now I'm trying to hold it back, because it's like the funniest I've ever seen. Like, what are you doing? But at the same time, I get it. Like, trust me, I get it, right? Anyway, she makes it inside. She makes it inside the building. She clocks in. This is one of those things where you have like a 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after. So if you have to be there and in the dream, I don't remember if it was 7 or 9. I can't remember if it was military time. And y'all, I set the phone down while I was talking to minimize the background noise of me trying to hold it and me, because I talk with my hands, and you can hear like it'll get louder then softer and louder and softer because I'm moving my hands around the phones in my hands. So I was like, let me just set the phone down while I talk. I have my other phone in my hand that has my notes on it. I'm sitting here talking, didn't even realize it had stopped recording. But anyways, I went and listened to the last part to know where I left off. I don't know if this is something where it's like military time, because I can't remember if it said 1900, which would have been 7, or if it said 9 p.m. But this is definitely a Divine Feminine that either works a 12 or a 10-hour shift. Anyways, this is like one of those things where y'all get 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after, before you're considered late. And because this Divine Feminine came strolling in, right? She came strolling in trying to be cute. She was right there at the 5 minute mark of 5 minutes after, before she was considered late. So she clocks in, and then she looks down and realizes, crap, I have on my sandals. And specifically, I wrote, they're wedges. They are thick white sandals, and they are wedges, right? And she's like, okay, I need my tennis shoes. And this is where the details changed, right? Because in the dream, she was riding a bike and she had a book bag that had her tennis shoes on it that was on her back. So once she parked her bike, the book bag you think would still be on her back. But in this dream, once she got to the clock and realized she didn't have her tennis shoes, then it became, oh crap, my tennis shoes are in my car. Then all of a sudden it changed to she was in a car and she left her book bag with her change of shoes in the car. So that was like a little weird slip up. Normally in my dreams, the details don't slip up like that, but that's okay, right? So she's thinking, and now she's terrified, right? Now she's terrified because she's like, crap, I need my tennis shoes. I can wear my little jumpsuit. I can wear that, but I cannot walk around in sandals. I have to have shoes that cover my feet. So I need my tennis shoes. So now she's petrified because she has to go back out into the parking lot, and guess what? The freaking snakes are out there, right? But she's like, okay, I have to do it. So she gathers her courage and she's like getting ready to run. She gets outside, and y'all know like those, this guy was like Mediterranean, and it was like one of those things where he has like the little grinder, like the thing that plays the music, and then he has like the monkey, right? But this was like this is like something where like you need to be careful. You need to be careful, Divine Feminine, right? There's like this man there who has this grinder that's playing this music, and he has this monkey, and this guy, he's an older guy, right? And there's nothing wrong with dating older. If you like older, that is completely fine. Whether you're Divine Feminine or Divine Masculine, if you like older, that's completely fine. But this is like one of those older men who does not take care of himself. He was hygiene was very, very bad. Missing teeth, hair was all over the place. It was matted, it was dirty, his clothes were dirty, and he had his eye on Divine. He wanted him some Divine Feminine. And it was like, y'all, when I tell y'all, just another quick segue, toxic masculinity. Can we talk about females, right? Women, how we have to be careful, because there are some, and y'all, like I said, this is not a dig on men, but there are some men out there, and women too, but I feel like men, even if you have a woman who can't take rejection, you are much more able to handle yourself and to physically protect yourself from a woman than vice versa, right? But there are some men out there that turn violent when you reject them. So please, feminines, Divine Feminines, even if you're a karmic feminine, if you are a female, please, if you are rejecting somebody, do it as kindly, as sweetly, as nicely as possible. Because there's too much, and I think social media makes a lot of this worse, but there is too many instances of females being attacked by men who cannot take rejection. My friend sent me a video literally just the other day of this woman who was telling the story about, because she's married, my friend is married, so she's always like scared for me when it comes to dating because of how unhinged men are. And she was telling me this story about, she was telling me the same thing, make sure you're being nice if you're rejecting someone. Or she was like, if someone gives you a weird vibe, just go ahead and lie and tell them you have somebody. Even if even if the only person you have is Jesus, tell them you have a man that protects you like no other, right? But she was like, be careful. And she sent me this video of this girl who was like, she rejected this man. He asked her for her number and she politely told him no, and he slashed her tires. He slashed her tire, I mean, better than her throat, but still, now I have to buy. Thankfully, I want to say in the video they were in it was like in a grocery store parking lot, and I think like they were able to catch it on camera. So I hope to high heaven they caught that guy. I hope that they got the license plate of whatever car he got in, and I hope that she presses charges, because what a ridiculous response. What a ridiculous response to someone politely telling you no thank you. But like I said, there are a lot of people out here, and a lot of it comes from hurt. Right? I know a lot of people don't want to hear that because it's no excuse, but if we're being honest, a lot of it comes from hurt. A lot of it comes from these men being repeatedly rejected, that they build up this level of anger that at some point becomes uncontrollable. It becomes uncontrollable rage, and you might just be the last straw that day. So please, always, Divine Feminines, even if you're a karmic, as always, be as nice as possible. But anyways, this was a male who was just at his wit's end of being rejected. So he's like walking towards Divine Feminine, and as he's walking, she's not even giving him the chance to get close to her. She starts speeding up. So then he starts playing, and the monkey starts coming towards her and is doing this little dance. At first, it's like really friendly. It's really nice. It's really friendly. And she's standing there watching, kind of like a little bit astonished, like, what is this really happening? Like, is this really happening right now? This is also indicative of a spiritual attack, of someone trying to lure you in with like false security. This is completely outside of the story, but this is also indicative of a spiritual attack. So be careful of someone trying to lure you in. I don't know why I'm hearing with candy. Is somebody giving you candy, Divine? Is there someone who shows up at work and always gives you candy? Don't take that. I don't know why I got candy. I literally can see someone handing someone some kind of caramel cluster candy. Don't you eat that. Don't eat it. If you're eating that, stop. Go ahead and take it, put it in your locker. When that person leaves, when you go home, but matter of fact, don't even take it home. Don't even put it in your car. As soon as you pass the trash can on your way out, throw it in the trash. Don't take it. But this is someone trying to lure someone in with some sort of sweets or snacks or something. But anyways, with kindness. And as she's watching this monkey dance, the man starts getting closer. And when she notices that, she backs up again. And then she just politely tells this man, like, hey, I have to go. I'm not really interested. I don't have, time to kind of talk or engage right now. I need to get back to work. This man gets mad. This is not even like an indefinite rejection. It's a very, 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 like the softest no you could give someone. This man gets pissed. And he whispers something in the monkey's ear, some kind of like command. So y'all remember that episode of Moesha, right? If you watch the show Moesha, where Dorian was watching that dog and he was like, what did he say? I think if he says like attack or something, he gives the dog one command and then the dog will get really aggressive. Then he has to say, I think like Sputnik, I think was the command for him to like calm down. This is what that was, right? Where he gives this monkey this command and all of a sudden the monkey gets aggressive. It's like, it's gnarling, it's showing its fangs, and Divine Feminine is like, she gets scared stiff. So as this monkey is like growling at her, she's scared. She finally is able to move her legs enough to start backing up, but she's backing up she wants to run, but she is like too scared to run. And as she's backing up slowly, the man is continuously trying to get closer. Now, another coworker walks up, and this coworker, he sees what's going on, but he's not really sure. When the coworker walks up, the guy, the organ grinder, gives the monkey the command to go back sweet again. So Divine Feminine is sitting here telling this coworker, like, he's trying to attack me. He's trying to get, like, she's like struggling to get the words out. She asked the coworker to call 911, and the coworker's like, I don't understand. Like, call 911 for what? Like, it's just a little monkey. Like, what's the problem, y'all? And this coworker is not. At first, when the coworker walked up, I'm thinking that he was part of it. I was like, oh crap, they about to kidnap this woman. But this coworker was literally, y'all want to know the strange thing? This coworker actually liked this Divine Feminine. He actually liked this Divine Feminine. So she's telling him, like, call 911. He's sitting there. He's oblivious. He's confused. He just sees his little monkey dancing around, and he's like, you don't have to be afraid. Like, calm down. This Divine Feminine is crying. She has tears rolling down her eyes. She's like, no, you don't understand. He does this thing where he commands him. He was trying to attack me. Please don't leave me. Please call 911. Y'all, at first, like I said, when this guy walked up, I thought he was a creep. I was getting ready to title this, He's Not a Creep, He's Just Awkward. But I think I'm just going to title it Awkward instead, right? This masculine is awkward. This masculine, like I said, for Divine Feminine 1, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different because Divine Feminine 1 has options, right? This whole thing is really supposed to be about the interaction between Divine Feminine and this masculine. But it's also about being safe, being careful, right? Being safe and being careful. And it's about hidden messages. The snakes that were out there that you were running over out of fear were actually there to protect you, right? Have you guys ever seen snakes attack monkeys? They do that. So these I can't tell if they were green or black because it was dark outside. I want to say they were green. Y'all know green snakes are actually growth, their healing, their protection, their wisdom, their wealth. So all good signs, unless you don't like snakes, and it's terrifying. I don't give a crap what color they are, right? But these snakes that were out there, I'm sorry, it's not funny, that you were screaming and rolling over, were actually there to protect you, Divine Feminine. So also this is about hidden messages, right? Hidden messages. But anyways, so it's a hidden message because what I'm meant to tell you is that there's a presence around you that terrifies you, that you can feel it, you can sense it. It's terrible. Now, this is not for everyone. Like I said, have discernment. Please understand what's for you and what's not, so that you don't end up putting yourself in a compromising situation. Please understand that it is not my responsibility if you invite something in that is not of high vibration. It is not my responsibility. You have to know. And if you don't know, go get you a reading. Go get you one ASAP. But this is about this Divine Feminine. There is a presence around you that you can feel it, and you can feel it strong, and it terrifies you. This presence is actually there to protect you. So calm down. Okay, calm down. But anyways, those snakes that you were rolling over were actually there to protect you. But since this masculine came in and kind of intervened, they didn't need to. But thankfully, you didn't roll over all of them. So they were on their way. You were going to walk away unscathed, either way it goes. But this masculine kind of intervened, right? But this masculine actually, he really likes you, right? He really likes you. And he's just awkward. This is like a type of masculine he's never had a girlfriend before, right? I'm sitting here reading my notes, make sure I didn't skip anything. There's a part about you telling the monkey to get back, and the monkey won't listen, of course, because the monkey only takes commands from its owner. Yeah, that's where this ends. You trying to get the guy to call 911, and he's not really, because he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't understand. But there's something about this guy having never had a girlfriend before. Now, while in one sense it seems sweet, in another, it's a little bit alarming. I don't know if I would want to be somebody. You have to have patience. If you were to date this man, you're gonna have to have patience because he's never had a girlfriend before. He does not, subtle clues is not his things. You have to be very, very, very direct with this guy because he's never dated a girl. He doesn't know about, you know, how females act and how they, you know, how nonverbal communication. He gets absolutely none of that. So you're gonna have to be very direct. But the dream ended with two things. One, divine feminine, you are very protected. Two, also be careful and be mindful of your surroundings. Three, be safe, right? Be safe. And four, you have options. You have options. But like I said, this was supposed to be about the divine masculine in the beginning, but the whole dream took this really wild turn. The divine feminine one, basically at the end of the day, you have options. But if your option is to go with then from the beginning of the story, then spirit needs to let you know that you need to get on it, because unlike divine feminine 2, you are running out of time. Okay, divine feminine number 2. Your storyline is called Chance Encounter, with chance being in quotation marks because this is actually spirit led. So divine feminine number 2, your spirit team is a little bit more aggressive, right? So if anyone ends up with this divine masculine, it's more likely to be divine feminine 2, because your spirit team is more aggressive. Whereas divine feminine number 1, her spirit team is more like, if you want this man, you better go get him. Divine feminine number 2, your spirit team is like, you want him? Here, we're gonna hand him to you, right? Definitely I'm getting the sense that you've probably been through more. And I don't want to say that as if I'm insensitive to what divine feminine 1 has been through, but your spirit team is literally to the point where they're like, she's been through enough. Now it's time for us to I'm hearing like hand her blessings on a silver platter, right? So divine feminine number 2, same beginning scenario. This is where this is where these dreams tie, right? Where it was like a little bit weird. This is where I talk about when I'm saying this is a first for me. It was the same masculine that showed up in both dreams. Now, here's the thing. This masculine works in security. He works at the hospital, PRN, as a security officer at the hospital. So divine feminine number 1 has less access to this man because he works there PRN, so they only run into each other every blue moon. This man works full time as a security, I think they call them resource officers at the school. Divine feminine number 2 is either a teacher or a counselor, but she works at a school. I didn't see the actual children, so I don't know if this is elementary, middle, or high, but she works at a school where this divine masculine is a resource officer at the school. Now, unlike divine feminine number 1, it was told that this masculine asked her out and she was the one who gave it like the soft no, then maybe later. Divine feminine number 2, I didn't get as detailed a background story. As a matter of fact, I didn't get any background story other than this is not your first time coming across this man and you want this opportunity. I don't know if this man asked this woman out. I'm getting the sense that, okay, so as I say that, I'm getting a yes. Okay, so divine feminine number 2, it's about to say, because it was giving, the dream gave the feel of this divine feminine seeing this man. Y'all can hear that. That's me popping my ankle. But this divine feminine seeing this man being like, okay, I want him. But I didn't really get as much of a background story. So, okay, as I'm talking, I'm hearing yes. So this divine masculine also asked this divine feminine out, and she also gave him a soft no. What's wrong with y'all? Come on, feminines, get it together. This is what you guys wanted, and now you won't accept it. Right? Something about you're thinking he's going to be just like the last, and he is the total opposite. Anyways, this is divine feminine who wants a chance. Like I said, this divine feminine works at a school, and she is either a teacher or a counselor. But she works, or I'm hearing administrative. You would work you work at a school. I don't care what you do, admin, teacher, counselor. Because as I'm saying that, I'm getting school lunch lady, all these other bus driver, all these occupations are popping in. It does not matter. We don't have to get that specific spirit. I thank you, right? I thank you. But this divine feminine works at a school where this masculine is a resource officer. So he is a full-time resource officer at this school, and then he works part-time security at the hospital, right? So this divine feminine number 2 has way more access. She has, in the dream, she was either a teacher or a counselor, but you could be any occupation at the school, right? This divine feminine, because they both work full time, she has way more access, which means she has way more opportunity, right? So this divine feminine, she wants this masculine. She's been thinking to herself like, man, I really regret saying no. I really regret not giving it a chance. I wonder if he's still interested. It's been so much time. Maybe he's moved on. He hasn't moved on, but I tell you what, this man got options. So divine feminine, if you want him, you better go get him. This man has options. This is a good man, and he ain't gonna be on the market for too long. Y'all better quit playing, okay? Y'all better quit playing. Anyways, this divine feminine is like, man, like if I could just get another chance. She's literally like, if I could just get another chance, if you could just have us cross paths, again, and give me the opportunity, like I'll take my shot this time. I'll go for it this time. So she's walking to the office. She's called to the office. Matter of fact, she's called to the office for something. She has to go up there. There's something she has to do. I cannot remember it. I feel like it's not even important. She's called to the office to do something. And when she gets there, she walks into the conference room and the security team is having a meeting in the conference room. So she walks in and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm in the wrong area. And as she's about to close the door, she looks up and there is Divine Masculine sitting right there. And they meet, they lock eyes, they look, and he gives her the sweetest, right? The sweetest, softest smile. And that's all she needs to know. I have not missed my opportunity, right? So she's like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait until their meeting is over and then I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it, right? I'm so sorry, Divine Feminine number 2, because I feel like this is not fair to you. I feel like this is not fair. That's where this dream ends. That is literally where the dream ends. Or like, it was like a cat nap kind of dream. One of those dreams where like you're asleep for hours, but then the dream that you have lasts all of 45 seconds. I never understand that, right? But anyways, that was it for Divine Feminine number 2, but the storyline there was a lot sweeter. It was a lot sweeter. And what I love about Divine Feminine 2 storyline is that there was no danger, there was no, it's giving something. And this is the reason why I say I think that Divine Feminine 2, why I think her ancestors or her spirit team, her guides are a little bit more gentle with her, because I feel like she's been through more. Because it seems to me Divine Feminine number 1 is still going through some lessons with that thing that happened, still going through some lessons. Definitely a need to protect yourself, both physically and spiritually. Divine Feminine, are you taking your baths? Are you taking your spiritual baths? If not, you better get on it, because heavy spiritual attack energy. Heavy, you are protected. Heavy, you are protected, but still heavy, you better protect yourself too, both spiritually and in the 3D. And I'm sorry, because that's Divine Feminine number 1, and I should not be getting in her storyline during Divine Feminine number 2's reading, because that's not fair, because her storyline was already so much longer. Divine Feminine 2. There's something here about you learned your lessons. You learned them the hard way. I've heard that you've cried all the tears you've cried, and that your ancestors, your guides, your team, your angels, they don't want to see anything on your face from now on but a smile. So Divine Feminine number 2, there's something about whatever you want. I don't know why I'm hearing whatever you want. I got, just come and feel the flavor. Whether it's rain or shine, we got it. Speak it into the rain. Like I said, if you want to call back a missed opportunity, speak it into the rain. Speak it into the thunderstorm. And I forgot to mention in that video that you have to walk counterclockwise. But if you watch the short I did about calling back opportunities, the actual tornado, the whirlwind that's happening, it's actually spinning counterclockwise. So if you're calling back an opportunity, make sure to walk counterclockwise as you're speaking it, either into rain or into a thunderstorm, either or, both combined or better. But there's something about Divine Feminine number 2. You are loved. You're both loved, but you are loved. You are protected. When I tell you nothing that is not of your highest good, nothing that is not of your highest timeline is even coming anywhere near you. That is not even something that you have to worry about. Still protect yourself spiritually. Divine Feminine number 2 gave this super sweet, like super just, I'm getting like honey. Are you a child of Oshun? Are you a child of Oshun? Because she gave like this. Y'all remember Matilda, Miss Honey? That's literally what I'm getting right now. Miss Honey, just super sweet, super innocent, just femininity. You got to be a child of Oshun, or you could be a child of Yemaya. You could be, but you definitely are giving this nurturing, this super sweet energy. I don't know why I'm getting sugar, honey, ice, tea. This super sweet energy, right? And your guides, they love you. They are so proud of you. You are literally I don't know why I'm getting Mother of Mysteries. That was for you. That was for you. I'm going to post that video. And if you resonate with group 2, especially if you work with children, when I post that Mother of Mysteries video, that is for you. You have literally reached your season where whatever you want, all you have to do is ask for it. Now that you have cleared out, now that you have learned all your lessons, now that you have gone through all that, anything you want, just ask for it. Just ask. You are literally at the stage where all you have to do is ask. Keep praying. Keep doing your altar. Keep giving offerings to your deities. Keep giving offerings to your ancestors. I'm hearing just be you. You don't have to do anything else but be you. Whatever you want is being handed to you. You sat there. You said, if y'all just have us cross paths one more time, you got called to the office for something that was so insignificant, right? So insignificant, I can't even remember what it was, but the whole point was to put you in the right place at the right time. Divine Feminine number 1, you better get on it. I don't know what lessons you're still learning. You better get on it, because Divine Feminine number 2 is getting ready to get her man. She's getting ready to get her man. She's gonna get her man. Divine Feminine number 1, you're gonna have to wait, because you still got some other lessons and stuff that you're going through, and that is perfectly fine. But Divine Feminine number 2, baby, I love the energy that you're in, right? I love the energy that you're in. I don't know why I'm getting love the skin that you're in. India Irie brown skin. But anyways, y'all, definitely, I was going to flip them and do the other one first, but I think it makes more sense the way that I did it. Either way, I love that I'm ending with story number 2 because it definitely gave more of a wholesome energy. But at the end of the day, this is a divine masculine that has options. And both of these women, regardless of if you're still learning, if you're still going through the storm, or if you've already mastered the storm, both of these women want this divine masculine. And if neither one of you gets your ish together to get this divine masculine, another divine feminine will. Who knows? I might go to sleep tonight or this morning, because now it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I might go to sleep and have a dream about divine feminine number 3. I'm not adding on any more to this. It's just as long as it's gonna get. It's long enough. But either way, divine feminine number 2, baby girl, go get your man. Go get your man. It is time. I don't know why I'm hearing Simba. It is time. It is time. You are ready. Okay, put them fears aside. Put them doubts aside. This masculine is nothing like that man of your past. Divine feminine number 2, girl, go get your man. Anyways, y'all, if you made it this far, as always, thank you for listening. Bye.